Today I'm so excited. It's almost spring. I have a basket full of Easter eggs behind me. What could be better than a great, cheerful, colorful spring display for your window boxes and your front porch? So let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Sawdust and Cornbread. If you're a first-time guest here today, be sure to like and subscribe. I put out new content every week. I had an eventful morning. Just to preempt everything today and let you know, I went to the dentist expecting to get my teeth clean, and I left 2.5 hours later with a temporary cap. So this whole side of my face is a little bit numb. If I sound a little off or a little strange, that's what's going on. Health-wise, I'm great. I'm just a little numb on one side of my face. Having said that, spring is almost here. It's time to clean out those winter window boxes and replace them with fun, colorful, and spunky spring and Easter decor. As for the supplies for this project, you really don't need that much. Gather some Easter eggs if you have some spare around your house. If you don't, you can get a whole bunch for a couple of dollars at the store. And you also need some kind of a thicker gauge wire. This is 17 gauge. This is actually electric fence wire, and we have tons of this stuff. I've used it for so many projects. I'll post some of them above that I have used this for. But just a wire that's thick enough to hold its shape, but thin enough to where it will fit inside the tiny holes in Easter eggs. They put those holes in there as a safety feature because inevitably kids, when these things are broken into two pieces, put them on their face, and sometimes they get them in their mouth. Those little air holes are a safety feature so they don't suffocate, so that's great. They're on both sides. That's going to benefit us in all of these Easter and spring decorating projects. But anyway, you want it thick enough to where it holds its shape when you bend it, so you can make it into shapes, but thin enough to where it will fit through those little holes. So it goes in that side. I'm going to open this up, pop it out the other side, so it goes straight through those holes, okay? And you can already see this is going to be such a simple project as long as you have the right wire, and I think that's a standard size on Easter eggs, so all of the holes should be the same size regardless of the size of the egg. But you can tell this is going to be a simple project, and there's so much you can do with it. Other than that, all you need is something to cut the wire with. These are actually some electrician's pliers that I have that have the wire cutter on there. This is a stripper tool for wires. These also have the wire cutter on there. And I find a pair of needle nose pliers are also helpful. Not all of those things are necessary. As long as you have something to cut the wire with and something to bend the wire with, you're good to go. All right, so I've already shown you the first step to this. You're going to be feeding Easter eggs onto this wire and making various shapes. My idea is to make beautiful Easter egg arches to go in my window boxes. And since there's existing dirt in there, and I've left some of the filler in there, the neutral colored filler that I had in for Christmas and winter, I've taken all of the red out, but left my neutral filler. I'm going to be filling in that empty space with these Easter egg arches. And the idea is to make several of these arches so that from the road, it looks like it's just jam-packed full and running over with these Easter eggs. That's going to be the first step to this project. Super, super easy. One thing you want to think about, since this is going into soil and mine, there needs to be a little bit of the wire left out so that I can stake it in. I'm just going to reinforce that by doubling it over and twisting it, and that's going to form a stake that I can put down in the soil, and it'll hold the entire arch firm. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to start by taking my 17 gauge wire. I'm going to twist off about 3 feet of that. I'm just estimating 2.5 to 3 feet, give or take, because who measures around here? And I'm just going to take one end. I'm making probably a 6 to 7 inch stake at the end, and all I do is bend that together and begin twisting it. Find it a little bit easier if I hold the two ends that are matched together with pliers, then take that looped end and twist that with my fingers. And that just makes it a little more stable so that it's not as flimsy sticking in the soil. I'll just pinch that end together. And that gives me a good stake to stick down in the soil. It's also going to prevent the egg from going off the end. So now I'm ready to thread my eggs on. This time I'll start with an orange, and I slide it on through the front. I'm going to open it up, that way I can see the hole that's inside. It's a little cheat to stick it through the other hole, then close it up. So simple. Let's go pink next. Starting with the smaller end, go in the hole in the front, open it up, out the hole in the back, close it up. Now I just keep going like that. That's probably good because I'm gonna still leave enough on this side to double it over and have 5 or 6 inches to stick into the ground. That's actually a little bit shallow probably. I'm gonna go ahead and take off one egg so I have more room to double it because I want plenty to go down into that soil to hold it in place. Just hold that with the pliers, twist this end, pinch the bottom. All right, I have my first little arch here. I'm gonna make a bunch of these. There's really no trick to it. It is as simple as it looks. It's as easy as threading eggs on a wire. And I did do a pattern. You could do random. If you have a color scheme, you could just do like monochromatic, use different shades of blue or different shades of orange. However you want to do this to customize it, it's really up to you. The ends I left like this so that I could stake them nice and deep down into the soil. If your window box is empty this time of year, if you haven't planted anything and you didn't keep your soil or you recycled your soil for the garden, you can get some styrofoam blocks. Just make sure they're not the kind that you soak in water because those will just absorb water and it'll turn into a big mess. But you can use just regular styrofoam or floral foam, and that way you can wedge them in there tight so they don't blow away and stick this down into the floral foam. I tried to do the wide end of the egg first. I think I pretty much did that the same all the way down. You could do that random to make it a different shape pattern. And you don't have to stick to arches with these. You could do twists, you could make bunny shapes, you could do hearts. Really, you're only limited by your imagination. So I'm gonna make a bunch of these egg arches for my window box and just kind of space them out randomly. I'm also gonna make some egg kabobs, kind of like shish kebabs with eggs, so that they're spikies to stick out in different directions just to add a little more shape and a little more height in the back. For the egg kabobs, I'm gonna cut off about 2.5 feet of the wire. There's 2 holes on the skinny side, 2 holes on the fat side. I've bent this wire in half. I'm gonna start at the skinny side and put each one of those wire ends through the skinny side, out through this fat side while it's open so I can clearly see my holes without having to guess where I'm poking it, right through those holes. Okay, now I can close the egg on that. All right, and I'm gonna pull that all the way to the end of the wire. Okay, so that's gonna be the end of my egg kabob, and I'll hold it in place. And in between each egg, I'm gonna do a little twist to make it a little more secure, since this will be standing out of the ground on its own. This time, I think I will do a smaller one, maybe a blue. Do the same thing. There's 2 holes on each side of the egg. So I'm gonna go in through the skinny side of the egg with each one of those loose ends. Then I'm going to poke it through the fat side. Pop it together, slide that to the end. All right, and now I'm going to give that a few twists. And I'm just going to continue that process to make my egg kebab. You do want to leave a little space. I'll put eggs all the way down, but I'm going to leave probably about 5 to 6 inches at the end to make my steak and twist that together to stick it in the ground. So basically I just continue that process until I have my complete egg kebab covered, leaving about 5 or 6 inches here at the end for the steak to stick it down into the soil, and I just twisted that together tightly. So basically all it is add an egg, do a few twists, add another egg, and just keep on going, and that way you can make your spikes for your flower boxes. I'm going to make oodles of these as well as the arches, and then I'll let you see how those look in the boxes. As you see, if you have some Easter eggs, some spare or scrap wire, and lots of imagination, you can make gorgeous, adorable Easter decor for the front of your home. It'd be a lot of fun to do with your kids or to just make your neighborhood a little bit more cheerful this time of year. Be sure to keep your eye out for those duck cam videos. We have some more live coverage of our ducklings. They're growing so fast, and it's so fun to watch how they change every day. So I'll be posting those intermittently throughout the week. Until next time, have a great week and God bless.